זאת עולה מן המדבר
זאת עולה מן המדבר
מקוטרת מור מור לבונה
מקוטרת מור מור לבונה
ליבבתיני אחותי קלה
ליבבתיני אחותי קלה
אני לדודי לדודי עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה.
לך דודי לקראת חלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לה 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 לה. לך דודי לקראת חלה, פני שבת נקבלה, Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. 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 Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom.
כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל
עת ולכל שעה בלשונך.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
עם ישראל חי, עם ישראל חי.
Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Oranu Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Oranu Chai.
The people of Israel, through rivers of fears and tears, endured for lifetimes when the future was still unclear. And against all odds, we're still here.
Am
send out a message. Our work is still undone. Shine a light of hope on everyone. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Oranu Chai. Oranu Chai. Oranu Chai. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Oranu Chai. Oranu Chai. Oranu Chai.
Shabbat Shalom, friends. We're going to start our service on page 10 with Hine Matov. I was making a joke that all of you have braved the LA traffic to be here on a Friday night right before. Hopefully, you're going to have some more Judaism as you get ready to celebrate Passover. So I commend you all, and I'm really looking forward to welcoming Shabbat with this intimate community. So we're on the top of page 10. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, all of us here, by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. So I'm going to invite to our bima now Eric and Ava as they get ready to light our Shabbat candles. We are on page 2. They're an esteemed new family in our temple, and Ava has been a real help in our religious school, so we're happy to have you up here. Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav, Vetzivanu lehadlik ner, Vetzivanu lehadlik ner, Vetzivanu lehadlik ner, Shel Shabbat. Every Friday night at our synagogue, we kind of set the intention for the rest of our Shabbat service and for the next 25 hours of Shabbat by doing a moment of Hazarat HaShavua, which literally is a reflection on the week past. And this is actually really special Shabbat because it is referred to in Jewish tradition as Shabbat HaGadol, the great Shabbat right before Passover, and there are a lot of themes to be internalizing over these next day, 2 days, as we celebrate not only the holy day of Shabbat, but also this really holy day in our calendar year. So to set the tone for that, I'll share this poem, The Season of Freedom, by the liturgist Alden Solovey. As you hear the words, let them soak over you. What do they mean for your life, and how can you internalize them over these next few days? The season of freedom. This is the season of freedom from all the will of tyrants, of freedom from the bondage of self, the freedom to receive God's holy word. This is the season of release from captivity and oppression, of release from a foreign land to become a nation and a people. This is the season of redemption, of redeeming our bodies and souls, of redeeming our strength and power in service to Am Yisrael. This is the season of freedom, of reliving the ancient journey, of remembering the treacherous path. This is the season that calls us to stand together, the season that summons us to God's law, the season that leads us home. So we'll take just a moment or two now to reflect on those words, reflect on the week that has passed, and open ourselves to the Shabbat and week ahead. We'll turn now to page 20 as we get ready to sing L'Chadodi, welcoming in the Shabbat spirit to this space. We will do verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we get to the 9th verse, I will raise my hands like this. And that is your cue to stand up and greet the Shabbat spirit by facing the entrance of our chapel. Lecha dodi likra kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likra kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likra kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. bela. Shamor vezachor bedibor echad. Hishmianu el cham yuchad. Adonai echad ushemo echad. Leshem ol tiferet velitila. Lecha dodi likra kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likra kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 2. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha. Ki hi mekorcha bracha. Merosh mikedem nesucha. Sof ma'aseh b'machshava tehila. Lecha dodi likra kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likra kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 5. Hitoreri, kiva orech kumi uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likra kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likra kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela. We all rise now. Boi v'shalom ha'ateret ba'ala. Gam besimcha uv'tzohola. Toch emunei am segula. Boi chala. Lecha dodi likra kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likra kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela. We remain standing and turn to page 28 as we get ready to sing Baruch Hu, our call to worship. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch hu et Adonai. Hamevora Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Leolam Vahen Hamevorach Leolam Vahen. You may all be seated. As we prepare ourselves to sing Shema, it's not just that we're turning the page and turning to it and preparing our voices, but I ask you to think about, how are you preparing your soul, your body? Shema is an opportunity in our service to do just what the words of the prayer say, to really listen. Listen to the sounds of the prayer. Listen to the sounds of this space. Listen to the sounds of all of our voices coming together as one. There is really not enough listening, I think, in our world. And so I love that there is just one opportunity where we are actually mandated as Jews to sit and hear, O Israel, to listen, O Israel. What is it that you can actually hear when you pause to just listen? So we're on page 28 as we ready ourselves to sing Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. We come now to Hashkivenu, our prayer asking for safety, comfort, and protection this night as it gets dark. As we get ready to, welcome the evening, when we walk out of this service, it will be almost dark, right? And we came in and it was light. What is it that you need to feel safe and feel comforted, to really feel this prayer of Hashkivenu? Like our world doesn't have a lot of listening, our world is also so scary sometimes. And so this prayer is an opportunity to really pray for comfort, for a feeling of safety amidst all the scariness that is around us. We're on page 42. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. V'ha'amidenu shomreinu lechayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right, O Adonai. Amen. Amen. We're on page 46 for our Amidah, our standing prayer. We're going to start with the words we sing in every prayer service, Adonai Sefatai Tiftach, open up my lips so that I may pray. We'll do that together as one community, and then we'll take time just for our own silent prayer. You can use the words in your prayer book. They start on page 48, or you can just use the words of your own heart. And we're going to rise now as one community. And whenever you are finished with your own prayer, that is when you will sit down. For right now, we're on page 46. Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Ufi Techilatecha Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Ufi Techilatecha. We turn now to page 60 and close our Amidah with a prayer for peace. Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. We'll have an opportunity in our service now to think about those in our lives and in our world who are in need of healing of the mind or the body or the spirit. I know that so many of us are thinking of people in our own personal lives as we get ready to sing Misha Berach, this prayer for healing. And we'll also have an opportunity to take names from the crowd, from all of you, and hear names from our temple community of those people who could use some healing. So we'll start by singing together Misha Berach. The prayer is on page 253. And then I'll come down into our community, and as I come by you, please share the name of who you might be thinking of. Then I'll read the names from our community, and then we'll close again, singing with one voice. Misha Berach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, We're also thinking tonight about Karen Altman, Sam Berkowitz, Ori Berman, Jill Kahn, Eitan Chaim, Woody Clark, Elisheva Chava Bat Zalman Haran Leah Miriam, Annie Childs and the Childs family, Gemma Dalduca, Andrew Zedulionis, Judy Fenton, Gerald Feinerman, Zita Fortman, Susan Friedman, Cantor Jen Frost, Shirga Own, John Gearhart, Deani Griffin Ruin, Eric Innocenti, Renee Kumitz, Nahum Laser Ben Yaakov, Kayla Leah Bat Moshe Vehena Krendel, Yehuda Natan Bar David Feivel Vechana, Ben Platt, Azita Rafaela, Howard Rosen, Neil Rousseau, Rick Spall, Lindy Sobel, Mabube Suleimani, Yehudit Bat Nachama V'Mordechai, Julie Van Hoosen, Helena Wachtel, Marilyn Weiss, Andrew Zeiger, and Howard Zellico. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lehavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, this is a big week for the Jewish world, as I already started our service by saying, because we are all together celebrating Shabbat HaGadol and getting ready for Passover, which starts tomorrow night. It is really incredible how we as a people can celebrate the same holidays every year and read the same Torah portions every single year, and yet they are not the same. right? We get a new kernel of truth, a lesson, depending on what's happening in our own lives that year or what's happening in the world that year. This year, I've been thinking a lot about the dichotomies of Passover, because it helps us to think about what it means to live in a world of contradictions. Where do these dichotomies show up? Well, we have a few places. We have the crisp, fresh flavor of the parsley that we then dip into the very sad, salty salt water. We have the symbolism of birth and life in the egg on our Seder plate, but we also have the shank bone, reminiscent of the last plague, which is definitely making us think about death of the firstborn. And finally, one obvious moment of dichotomy in our Seder is Korach, the final step. Often people are not paying close attention at this step because it is the final step before we eat our meal. But this step of Korach is when we make the Hillel sandwich. We take that sweet, crunchy charoset, and we put that bitter, kind of soggy maror, and we smash the both in between our matzah, and we eat it right before we're getting ready to eat the rest of our meal. This simple sandwich reminds us that no matter how bitter things seem, there might be some sweetness to hold on to. There's always cause to hold on to that sweet hope that things can be better if we have the courage to take small steps toward getting there. There is a midrash, a rabbinic tale, that tells us about what happened at the start of the Passover story right before Moses even enters the picture. When Pharaoh commanded that the Hebrew male newborns be cast into the Nile, Amram, he was a Levite leader at the time, decided to divorce his wife Yocheved because he thought, what is the point of even being married and being intimate with my wife and having a child for the possibility that they might die? So he did that, and all of the men around him followed suit. But Amram's daughter, Miriam, caught wind of this, and she went to her father, and she said, "Father, what are you doing? The decree that you have decided to divorce my mom, Yocheved, and for all of the men to follow suit, it is even more cruel than Pharaoh's decree." Why? Because with Pharaoh decided that all the male children be cast into the Nile. But what Amram had decided to never even have the possibility of giving birth to the next generation, Amram had decided to cut off the entire possibility of future life, right? So Amram was so convinced by his daughter's argument that he decided to get back together with his wife, and all of the men around him followed suit, and he gave birth, not so long after that, to our very own Moses. I love this story because it reminds us of the quintessential Jewish values of tikva, hope, and tikkun olam, taking action to repair the world. Things seem impossibly bitter to me right now. I don't know that I'm the only one, right? America doesn't look the way that I wish it did. Israel doesn't look the way that I wish it did. Being Jewish now is far more dangerous than it was 50 or even 5 years ago. And yet, I have to remind myself that we are not the only generation that has felt this way. In fact, it is during Passover that we are supposed to remind ourselves that it is in every generation that we have to see ourselves as if we personally made our way out of Egypt. Perhaps the bitter time we find ourselves in right now is like an Egypt all its own. And so the question becomes, how can we respond as our ancestors did, mustering the strength and mustering the courage even when all seems impossible? The rabbinic tale I just shared uplifts Miriam as someone who speaks out so that things can get better. But we have so many characters, not only in the Passover story, but in Jewish history. Just in the Passover story, we also have Shifra and Puah, the Hebrew midwives who also revolted against Pharaoh's evil decree to cast the Israelite baby boys into the Nile. They decided to deliver these babies anyway and let them live. And when Pharaoh questioned these midwives, their answer was, well, I don't know. I mean, the Hebrew women, they're not like the Egyptian women. They are vigorous. And before we even have an opportunity to stop them, they have already given birth. I don't know what to say. Of course, this was a lie, but Pharaoh was too foolish to notice. Shiphrah and Puah banked on Pharaoh's ignorance, risked their lives in doing so, and they ultimately saved the Israelite people. And finally, there's, of course, Moses, who doesn't see himself as a leader when God first speaks to him. In fact, his first reaction to God's imploring him at the burning bush is to ask, but who am I? Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and free these Israelites from Egypt? He is scared. He doesn't believe in his own power to make a difference. Throughout the rest of the Exodus story and the rest of his life, oh, how he proves his self-doubt wrong. Jewish history is made of bitter times and individual people finding the courage to stand up for what's right, even when they are scared and even when they don't think they can make a difference. This Passover, as you eat that sweet and that bitter Hillel sandwich, really taste the mix of flavors in your mouth. And remember that as inheritors to this tradition, we each have a responsibility to believe that there is something sweeter than this bitterness. And that we have to speak and we have to act in service of that vision. We have a responsibility to say, no, things will be better, as did Miriam. We have the responsibility to disobey immoral orders, as did Shiphrah and Puah, and speak truth to power and fight for ourselves and the people we love, as did Moses. Passover is my favorite holiday, but it is more than just a long, delicious meal with our loved ones, which it also is, but it is a call to hope, and it is a call to action. And so this holiday of Passover, may you feel that in your bones and do everything you can to then make it so. Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach as we get ready. Chag Sameach means happy Passover holiday. So we are going now to begin to close our service with Aleinu, which is found on page 282. And I'll invite everyone to please rise. We're at the top of the page. Aleinu leshabech la'adon hakol, la'tei gedula liotzer breshit, shehu notei shamayim ve'yosed haaretz, uvmoshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al, ushchina tuzo begov hemeromim, hu Eloheinu einod, va'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Page 287. V'ne'emar v'chaya Adonai lemelech kol haaretz bayom hahu yihye Adonai echad Ushemo echad. You may all be seated.